It's week 4 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He burned the defense last week, rushing for 132 yards. It's the Giants and the Hawks on Monday night.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight we finish off week 4 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here. Now, a couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
3rd and 2, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
3.5 to go, first quarter. Now Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. Smith. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigba. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 2nd and 6. Geno down a throw. And complete to Smith and Jigba. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Across midfield. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. And award that sack to Boogie Basher.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Geno. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
To the air again, Smith. And he floats one there, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try to run for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to widen their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Gano the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah,
they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. First down, Seahawks.
Now it's the rookie from UCLA, Zach Charbonnet.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
First down, Seahawks. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air, another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. He got 29 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Holmes returning from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Blocked by Julian Love. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now it's Smith. And it's caught. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field, and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
At the 28-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Allen, excellent in the victory, as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Austin Eckler, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On first down, Lawrence.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Handoff now. It's Gray with it.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs and here a loss of yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Here's Lawrence.
It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Hodgins in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Lawrence will throw.
Touchdown! Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
A really well-executed fade route offers little risk for the offense. If you throw it to the outside where only the receiver can get it, it's either a touchdown or an incompletion, but no big play for the defense.
Gano for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Smith.
And he's caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense. He finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Smith.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Giants 16.
Here's Smith.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And down he'll go at the 25. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
7 yards there and a first down. They run again here with Gray. And hard running's going to get him over to 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw.
A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's Gray on 2nd down.
A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now Lawrence.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. On the run, this is Gray. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either as they stop him behind the line once more.
Trying to take this home. They'll run.
And this time he is in.
Eric Gray
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Giants are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So Geno and the Seahawks down 28-20. A minute 51 on the clock. They need a touchdown and, of course, the two-point conversion as well. Smith to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Smith's going to throw it. Gets this to Fant.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Just the 1 timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters. Every 4 games and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
Well, Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us. Not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers.